In this video, we're going to show you how you can use the FLIR ONE Pro infrared attachment for an iPhone to troubleshoot heat transfer issues with your 3D printer. It's a very useful little device, and I've used it for a number of things. This is just another thing that you can do with it that's very helpful. I've got a Monoprice Maker Select Plus 3D printer. I'm being relatively new to 3D printing. I'm still learning, and I've made a couple of mistakes. One of them was, if you look at the build sheet on this heated bed, over here I damaged it with using professional goof off, trying to get one of these lotion scavengers I've come up with loose, prying it up with the professional goof off. Basically glued the PLA object to the build sheet, and I really had a time getting it off. So do not do that. Normal goof off helped get it off. I wouldn't recommend it though, but the professional version, not a good idea. But the reason I'm showing this is right here, it's a little hard to see. Let me get a flashlight. There's a little spot there where I'd had a problem. I was printing these things in the center, and they were sticking real bad. So I was, prying them up with a putty knife, and apparently blistered up the build sheet. So I thought, well, a little hard to see, but let me take a look at it with my FLIR ONE Pro attachment for my iPhone, get a thermal picture of it in infrared. So we're going to do that now and see what it looks like. Okay, I've simply preheated the bed to the normal ABS of about 70 degrees C, which is standard setting in this Maker Select Plus. You can see where it's white tends to be hotter, mostly red around here. The temperature scale actually on the in this infrared video is 74 to 166. We're reading about 163 there at a spot measurement in the center. It's a little hard to see in the video, but the main thing is look at this spot here. Obvious that gap is messing with the heat transfer between the build plate and the build sheet that covers it. So what I'm going to do is stop this, overheat the build plate to maybe 100 degrees. And by the way, that 70 degrees, that's 70 in Celsius. We're measuring degrees F on top here. But in any event, see if I can peel this off and put on a new one that came with the printer. That's what this is. And we'll see how it compares. You'll notice it's definitely warmer in the center. Of course, the camera distance makes a difference with these infrared cameras. I've got it set up at an angle because I'm trying to look under the extruder, and but in any event, it tends to be cooler around the edges than it is more towards the center, which you would kind of expect with any kind of a heated bed. So we're going to stop this, change out that build sheet, and we'll see what it looks like. This is what the heated bed looks like after I heated it to 100 degrees C. This was the build sheet. I pried it off with a putty knife. I didn't try to videotape that because that's the first time I've done it. So now I got to try to clean this up and see how that goes. Okay, I removed the build sheet, the cover on the heated bed, and the adhesive had a little bit of time. I used this putty knife, which is steel, and I shouldn't have. I had a brass one like this, so it's a little easier on soft materials like aluminum. I didn't bother to go get it. I should have. Also tried this razor blade window scraper, which I shouldn't have, because you can see if you look closely, there's a few little tiny grooves. They're not real bad, but I should have known better. Okay, got the new build sheet cover on. The bed's at 60 degrees, similar to before. That's degrees C. And you can see that that spot where I popped up that build sheet cover is gone. It looks much better. Even with my minor little dings in the build plate itself, it looks much better with this new sheet on there as far as infrared profile. So we'll try this. This is side-by-side still images of before replacing the build sheet and after using the infrared camera.